Video Fashion Models, Top Models of the World is the ultimate model competition series. We're counting down 100 extraordinary catwalkers from every corner of the planet, from the land down under to the Far East, from sultry South America to the U.S. heartland. We're ranking each region's most stunning strutters. In this program, we're counting down a bevy of beauties from the land down under, Australia. Get to know Miranda.
Everyone should be able to feel good, and it's not just about nutrition, it's about, in the mind.
Jessica.
I knew nothing about the fashion industry before. I didn't know what Vogue was, I didn't know what Chanel was, I didn't know anything. So I've learned everything as I've gone.
Julia.
I remember sitting in the car on the way to the airport being like, oh wow, I just did Calvin Klein.
Elle.
I haven't done a show for 20 years. I'm nearly 50. I think it was a very brave move for him to sort of ask somebody that wasn't 15 to come and do the show.
Sarah.
I did ballet for 10 years and I wanted to be a ballerina. Got a bit too tall. It was actually my ballet teachers that suggested doing it.
Abbey Lee.
You're walking out in front of hundreds of people that are all looking at you, and the only light is a spotlight right at your face.
GEMMA.
Your eyes are meant to be the windows to your soul, so I guess that's it.
And Catherine.
Pretty much wanted to be a model, and I went into an agency out there and they entered me into a magazine competition and I won.
Watch and find out which of these 8 Aussie gals is #1 on our list. And you too can choose your favorite. And to kick off the countdown, at number 8, it's Julia. When Julia NOBIS needs to kill time backstage, the androgynous Aussie beauty just reaches for her guitar.
It's a hobby. I've been playing for like 8 years now or something, so it's just something I have on the side. My booker took a picture of me sitting there with the guitar with all the photographers in front of me, and I didn't realize kind of how many were there because I sort of go into a different world and don't pay attention to anything, and then I was like, oh, everyone was staring at me. Great. When I was 15, I was scouted in a train station in Sydney, but I held off until I was 17 and had finished high school. And then went over to New York for the first time and was a Calvin Klein exclusive. I remember sitting in the car on the way to the airport being like, oh wow, I just did Calvin Klein. It didn't really sink in until actually like a few weeks later that it was all over. I was like, oh okay, this is what I was doing. All right, gotcha. Guess I moved out of home when I was 17, and not only out of home but to the complete other side of the world. So I had to, grow up pretty quickly because of that. Yeah, it has helped out in a lot of regards. I used to not be able to talk to anyone on the phone. Couldn't even order pizza, had to get someone else to do it. Now, I can totally can pay bills, can do all the rest of it. So it's helped me out a lot there. Never actually thought that I'd meet someone from Denmark, Lithuania, so many countries that, you know that they're there on a map, but never really thought I'd meet anyone from them. So I kind of learn a lot about different cultures, even if I haven't actually gone there to experience it myself.
Once her catwalk career is a wrap, Julia wants to get back in the classroom. Good thing she is studious and not squeamish.
I want to study medicine. Someone's bleeding, I'm like, yeah, I'm on the case. When my little brother was born, I cut the umbilical cord, I was there for the birth, I was the whole thing. And so I really wanted to be a midwife for a while after that. And so I'm thinking I still might stay in that category. But I'm just starting a science degree right now to keep me preoccupied.
Julia's advice for aspiring models?
You should never really take anything personally. I did it as well when I first started. If you ask any model, everyone's been cancelled from a show. I've been cancelled at a show. And just because, you don't get booked for one show, it's not the end of the world. It is tough. Don't think that it's easy. But it's very rewarding at the same time.
Coming in at number 7, meet Sarah O'Hare. Today, she's a familiar face on Australian television and may be best known by her married name, Sarah Murdoch. But back in the 1990s, Sarah O'Hare, as she was then known, was a favorite face on the high fashion catwalks of the world.
Well, I guess I used to do ballet. I did ballet for 10 years and I wanted to be a ballerina. Got a bit too tall. It was actually my ballet teachers that suggested doing it. And I was approached when I was at school, but I didn't want to get into it then. So I finished school and sort of was wondering what I was going to do and thought about modelling. It took me a while to get the strength to go into an agency, but my brother took me in and I went in to see them and they loved me and everything started off from there straight away.
Success hit like lightning. Soon she was the toast of the town.
It was pretty funny. My first actual print was an Australian cover for a magazine and it was all out on the news agents and the big things and everything, and my family was everyone was commenting on it and it was funny. It was kind of strange, but you know, after that first initial shock at seeing yourself, then it's just like you just want to see better and better pictures all the time. You don't really, it's not so exciting just to see yourself in a magazine anymore.
In an era when some supermodels found their lives spinning wildly out of control, Sarah made sure to keep it all fun and balanced.
I guess just keeping strong in believing who I am and being myself and not getting swept away by the whole thing. I mean, the most important thing to me is that I'm happy and that I know what's going on in my life, because you can get out of control in this business. Other people organising what you do, and it's really about making your own decisions and doing what you feel best about.
But the excitement of showtime always got the adrenaline revved up for this natural performer.
Oh, I love it. It's something different. I mean, for me, I danced a lot on stage, and it's a similar kind of thing. You get that nervousness before you go on, and the adrenaline rush and everything. It's just a totally different thing to still shooting, which is, I wouldn't say a bit more exciting, but it's more of a quick thing that happens. And then, I mean, since I've been here, I did 21 shows, and I've been running between one and the next, and it's been really tiring, but it's been fun. It's been really fun.
Up next at number 6, it's Jessica Hart.
Hi guys, I'm Jessica Hart. I actually won a model competition back in Australia, which was this big thing that went on each year. It was called Dolly Magazine. A lot of the girls that started in Australia started that way. I won that, so that's how I started. My auntie insisted that I entered, and I kept saying no, and she actually kind of tricked me into it because they were holding the competition at a supermarket at a shopping centre, and she said she'd take me shopping. So we went down there, and of course there was this big thing on, and I just entered to get out of there. I was 14. I was a real tomboy, and modelling was not on my cards, although I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but it wasn't. I think I wanted to drive a truck. I knew nothing about the fashion industry before. I didn't know what Vogue was, I didn't know what Chanel was, I didn't know anything. So I've learned everything as I've gone. I love the travel. I love being able to get around the world and see different places and see different cultures and things like that. But it's also the hardest part of the job. I mean, we are constantly go, go, go. I have my own fashion line back home, Neon Heart. This shirt is mine. I'm just about to launch my second line down there, the spring summer one. I think I was always creative, and I think that I find a creative outlet in it. My mum is an extremely proud mother, and everyone's really happy for me. I think that it's just so funny because I used to be so different. Obviously, they all knew me as the girl that didn't even want to go to the modelling competition, and now I'm with the fashion line. So it's worlds apart, but they're happy for me. I'm definitely going into designing and things like that. I have my blog, I take a lot of photos, so I do lots of things on the side. I'm huge on my Twitter. I love it. Everyone's always saying I don't get Twitter, and I'm neither do I, but I love tweeting.
At number 5 on the countdown, meet Catherine McNeil. Catherine McNeil's modeling career didn't evolve from a chance encounter with a model scout, as many often do. Instead, this Australian sensation made her childhood dream a reality.
I pretty much wanted to be a model, and I went into an agency out there and they entered me into a magazine competition, and I won. After I won the competition, I actually didn't want to model anymore. I think because I was only 14, I didn't want to work. I guess I just wanted to go to school and hang out with friends. But about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I wanted to get back into it. I wanted a job, and I'd finished school, and so, I mean, the opportunity was there, and why not take it? It's good, I'm enjoying it, yeah. I guess I personally don't really think about anything except don't fall. You kind of get an adrenaline rush.
We asked Catherine if she's ever had any runway mishaps.
I did in Australia, but not over here yet. I fell down the stairs head first on live TV. I grew up in the bush, so, you know, chickens and a horse and a dog. It's just the atmosphere is so different and the people, but it's not as fast-paced as New York. People actually sleep at some time. I miss my family. They're just really, really proud, and you know, that I'm doing something good with my life, I guess, yeah. I have a 4-year-old sister, but she knows I live in New York and that I'm a model, so she just looks forward to me coming home because I bring her presents, that's all. My grandma's here now, so yeah, brought her over for the shows. She has like 3 drawers full with every magazine I've ever been in.
It's very exciting. I'm really enjoying actually seeing what she does. I followed her in the shows in Sydney, Australia, but this is quite different. Yeah, it's great. She's doing well, it's lovely. I suppose I've had my reservations about it, yes, and she came to New York when she was just 17, and that was a bit of a concern.
Is there any worry that the fast-paced industry will change her granddaughter?
Personality-wise, no, but yes, her style has definitely changed. I think she's more sophisticated in her choices. Yeah, definitely she is, and of course in that 6 months she's grown up probably 2 years. So in that regard she's changed, yeah.
I think I'd take it as far as I can go and then, you know, think about in the near future what I'm going to do, but for now I'm happy.
Coming in at number 4, it's Abbey Lee Kershaw.
Hi, I'm Abbey Lee. I was scouted on the beach back in Australia when I was like 16. I'm 22 now, so it was a while ago. I was very naive at that age. I didn't really understand it, and I'm still learning. You learn a lot about yourself. You spend a lot of time alone, traveling alone, learning to adapt to different situations and different cultures really quickly. Us girls are a lot younger than the stylists, the fashion editors, everybody that we work with, they're adults. So I guess your maturity levels tend to strengthen really quickly. My family, just like I was when I was 16, are so far removed from the whole thing, like the whole industry. They've come overseas and travelled with me, and then they got a taste of it and they understand it more, but they've always been always had the attitude of as long as I'm happy, they're happy. So at the moment I'm happy, so they're stoked with what I'm doing and they're very supportive.
Even a seasoned runway pro like Abbey Lee gets pre-show jitters.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're walking out in front of like hundreds of people that are all looking at you, and the only light is a spotlight right at your face, you know. Like, there's always going to be that nervous energy, which is good, I think. It pumps the adrenaline, gets it going. It means that you're excited and you actually care about the show. If you weren't nervous, I guess it wouldn't mean much to you, and why are you doing it if it doesn't mean much to you? So I quite enjoy the nerves that come with it. I write and draw. I'd like to say that I paint, but unfortunately I don't have the time or the space to do that. But hopefully one day when I get a bigger place and the modelling quietens down a little bit, I'll do more of that. I didn't model full time until I was about 19. I sort of didn't take it seriously. I didn't I didn't understand the great things that it can bring you. And so at the moment, I'm just looking to see what else modelling can bring for me. You know, like you come across so many incredible people and the opportunities, and I'm sure that other doors are going to open for me. I don't know what they are yet, but I'm willing to just see what modelling can do for me rather than have a plan B.
Abbey Lee's had her share of catwalk slip-ups, but she remains fearless.
Each show, each shoe is a different challenge. These ones are quite high and heavy, but at the same time they make you feel sexy and strong. So you know, and there's a lot of support. They're really supportive on your ankles and your feet and stuff. So they'll be fine. It's a long runway though, so we'll see.
Next on the countdown at number 3, it's GEMMA Ward. When we first met GEMMA Ward, she was 16 and had taken the modeling world by storm. Her unique look had her on the fast track.
I'm from Australia, from Perth, and I went with my friend to a competition, and then an agent scouted me at the competition watching her, and I joined with the agency and started modelling a bit in Australia, and then I did a cover for a magazine in Sydney, and somehow the magazine landed on someone's desk in IMG, and they tracked me down and asked me to sign up. And then like 10 days later, they told me that I was going to Milan for the Prada show. It's only been like 3 months or so since I joined with IMG, but the work's just kept on snowballing, and I've been working more and more. I never really cared about what I looked like or anything. I never crossed my mind. I wanted to be like an actor or a comedian for a little while, because I was just always wanting to make people laugh and just be stupid. So I never thought that I'd be doing, a job where you always had to look nice and polished and sophisticated. It took a bit of getting used to all of the teasing and all of the hair pieces and ripping them out and all the glue that gets stuck in your hair. But it's all part of it. I had a big afro yesterday and had to try and wash it out, and all those sorts of things can kind of add to. You turn up at a casting or a fitting, and they're like, "What happened to your hair?" And it's like this big massive afro, or things like that. But it's fine. Best feature. That's a hard one. I don't know. I guess my eyes. I don't know. Your eyes are meant to be the windows to your soul. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, meet Miranda KERR.
Yeah, people like my dimples. I guess it adds a bit of cheekiness and flirtation to the whole feel.
Though she may be known as one of Victoria's Secret's favorite angels.
Victoria's Secret bra is the first thing that you put on. The bra is where it all starts. Fashion starts at Victoria's Secret.
Back in 2005, Miranda KERR was still a newbie to the fashion scene. We met her backstage at Betsy Johnson's show at New York Fashion Week.
My name's Miranda. I'm 19 and I'm from Australia. Betsy, she's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's always such a fun show. I did it last season, and it's just, I know you've just got the freedom to go out there and have fun and do a bit of a dance on the catwalk. I've been in New York just for 4 months, and then before that I got discovered in Australia. So yeah, it's been good. I modelled there for a year. You have to spend a lot of time away from your family and your friends, but that's the only challenging part about doing this job. But then you meet new people and you make new friends, so that's a really nice part about it as well. And you get to see new parts of the world. I finished school because I believe that it's really important to get that out of the way first. And then now I'm concentrating on this, and I'm also doing a course via correspondence on the internet. And that's a course on being a lifestyle coach. So I'm learning about nutrition, psychology, naturopathy, the whole anatomy of the body. I really want to help people and help them in a natural way, because I believe everyone should be able to feel good, and it's not just about nutrition, it's about, in the mind. Yeah, it's a whole balance, mind, body and soul. So hopefully I'll be able to do that after and use this as a stepping stone.
Those studies came in handy. In 2009, Miranda created KERR, her own organic beauty line. Today, Miranda successfully juggles her roles as wife to superstar Orlando Bloom and mother to their son with her business and modeling career. And at the top spot on our countdown, meet superstar Elle Macpherson. These days, she's a red carpet regular and a worldwide superstar. But the wonder from down under, Elle Macpherson, started out as just a young girl from Sydney who was discovered on a ski vacation in Colorado. 6 feet tall with an athletic build, Elle soared to fame after gracing the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue in the 1980s, which also gave rise to her nickname, The Body. In her heyday, she was more than just a swimsuit star. Elle also took a few turns on the catwalk, sauntering down some of the top runways of the world. She is one of a handful of women who can truly attach the prefix super onto model, and even joined fellow supermodels Naomi Campbell and Claudia Schiffer in opening the Fashion Cafe chain in 1995. After several years away from the runway, in 2010, designer Marc Jacobs asked Elle to walk in his fall collection for Louis Vuitton in Paris.
Marc just called and said, would you come and do the show? He didn't say opening or closing. He just said, listen, I'm doing this story and it's God created women and I'd really love you to do it. And I just felt it was quite important to do, I haven't done a show for 20 years. I'm nearly 50. I think it was a very brave move for him to sort of ask somebody that wasn't 15 to come and do the show. And I felt like he was trying to make a statement and I wanted to support him with that statement. And it was a huge honor. And how much fun is that? I was so nervous because I kept treading on the train of my dress. Yeah, I was enjoying the music and I was enjoying the scene, and I was kind of scanning. I knew so many people, and it was like everybody was smiling and waving, and so it was a bit difficult to keep a straight face, but it was nice.
Elle has tried her hand at acting both in films and on the small screen, but she has found the most post-modeling success with her eponymous line of intimate apparel, making her a true fashion star.